some air on this one. So rather than just going from an inside tie, we're just gonna overemphasize that inside tie and take an overhook, okay? When I take this overhook though, notice if my head is outside here, right? My head is outside, I really can't hit this, and I'm also giving up my back. So as I climb that inside tie to the overhook, I'm keeping my head inside here, right? And this is allowing me all the space where I'm gonna shoot my head through to hit the shot. From here, usually my setup for this is pretty simple, which is just to start to push in, because then guys push back, and as they push back, that's when I'm gonna shoot, right? As I shoot this shot, my motion is pretty simple. I'm gonna lower my level just enough to clear my head off of that shoulder, right? As I shoot through, it starts as a penetration step. It starts with me going forward, right? To really get underneath. Once I step in, I'm gonna completely turn and go perpendicular to him. So I step in, the knee swims around. See, I'm perfectly perpendicular. From here, I have this clamp, just like on the other shot, right? My setup is virtually the same, except for I'm on the inside leg. From here, it's very important that I get his hips in the air, but the way I'm doing that is not at all with this hand, okay? And I'm gonna show you by putting it behind my back, like a magician here. All I'm gonna do is use this shoulder pressure and use a very similar motion, taking him down at a 45-degree angle to finish the shot. So I'm pulling down on this overhook. I might emphasize my shoulder up a little bit, but it doesn't have anything to do with grabbing this leg, all right? The motion itself doesn't. So all I'm gonna do is start to pull down. Notice how this hip is gonna collapse as I do it.
Maybe choose.
I throw him over. That's a nice and gentle one. There's not a lot of air if you don't use that hand. So, again, fireman's carry. We're gonna start it the same way. I get the inside tie. I climb up to an overhook. I step in. So penetration forward first, and then I'm gonna pivot through and turn perpendicular as I come underneath. From here, taking the shoulder down, throwing him away at a 45-degree angle. And now, since we need to talk about what to do with this hand, what I like to do is just go straight up, right? As I start to grab here, I think what happens a lot of times is it also allows him to like sort of pinch down, maybe throw a hook in, take my back, things like that. So I don't want to worry about, personally in here, about really securing that. What I want to do is get some weight off of it, right? And that's how I get a little bit more air under this. So I just go up this way, right? But as I go up, notice the direction he's inclined to go, which is sort of behind me, right? I don't want to throw him this direction. And in fact, if I start to throw him here, I usually get my back taken, right? Especially if they have any base and they don't just fall on their head. So instead, as I take this up, I have to emphasize the shoulder down. I'm gonna launch you this time, okay? Right? I have to emphasize up and through, down on this direction at 45-degree angle. One more time. Just hit it, push, pull, throw it through.
And
Finishes in the same spot.
is there any like note on like, because on the last one, like, so like you said to look through their legs to kind of get that to go. Is there anything like, are you looking a certain direction?
The motion really isn't quite the same on this one because when you're taking that outside shot, it's more of a scissor motion, right? Like they're coming across their own body. Here that's not the case because you're in between them. So I don't think you're looking through quite as much. I'm usually on this one, like looking to the spot I'm gonna throw them, or relatively around there. So I might be looking to like that white spot on the mat or something like that. I'm looking over there, finishing down.
You're still going to your shoulder.
Yeah, still to my shoulder. Notice though, I fall towards my hip, but I'm not on it, right? I don't get lazy here. My feet don't come out from under me. All this pressure's still up into them. Questions?
You say 45-degree angle, but it's more closer to like running like a angle.
It should not be 90, I guess is my, like we can split hairs on if it's like, if it's 45 or 55 or 60, but my point is, it's certainly not, I'm not taking him down this way. And in fact, it's very tough because his foot's here, right? It's very hard to take him down over here at a 90-degree angle, which is a lot of people's desire, right? And I also don't want to take him, so I don't want to take him down in front of me, right? I also don't want to take him directly over because that's how he starts to take my back. It's got to be in between. So call it what you want, like on the actual thing. And it becomes more of a 45 also. If he starts to defend, because what he'll do is take this leg back. Go ahead, take that leg back. Here.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So that'll change the angle. But my point is, it's not one of these very drastic angles, either out in front of you or over to the side. It's somewhere on the spectrum between, depending on how he adjusts. Let's try it.